What's up, guys? My name is Victor from Master Body Fitness, and I'm here to talk to you about why cutting your carbohydrates dramatically is going to allow you to burn body fat extremely fast. Now, many people kind of attack me on this notion, and I would suggest that it's because they're very attached to their daily fix, I will call it, of carbohydrates. Now, I want to explain to you the nuts and bolts purpose of carbohydrates and what they serve for you in terms of your body. So carbohydrates are your body's go-to source of energy. So there's three major macronutrients. There's protein, carbs, and fat. Your body will first use up whatever carbs it has in its system. So by just simple reasoning, if your body is always in a surplus of carbohydrates, which most people's are, which is why you see so many who are very overweight, then your body will never in a million years, I don't care what happens, use your burn, but you're not going to burn any body fat if your body is always having its favorite source of fuel. However, when you cut the carbohydrates down, and it can take a few days, your body will start to burn through its reserve of carbohydrates. And once it gets to the end, once it's like out of carbs, you're not going to die. In fact, what will happen is your body will switch over and decide to start using your own body fat as fuel. And I'm not just talking about fuel for your workouts, I'm talking about fuel for everything. Our body is constantly metabolizing energy, which comes in the form of food, to just exist, just standing here in silence. My body is burning carbs right now because I had some to sustain my life. There's a lot going on that we aren't aware of. But then when you combine moving about and exercise, whatever it might be, you can really burn through a lot of your own body fat so long as your carb stores are depleted. And you know, when I recommend this, I get a lot of people saying, well, it's not fair. Carbs are in everything. No, they are not in everything. They're in all the unhealthy foods that are keeping you overweight. For example, cereal, granola, oatmeal, bread, pasta, rice. And now some of those aren't necessarily unhealthy, but if you have a surplus of weight and body fat mass, then they are for you unhealthy. They are not doing you any good. They're completely unnecessary, and as long as you hang on to them, you are not going to lose weight. I guarantee it. This is the fundamental essence of many of the fad diets, which try to make themselves unique, but really all come down to cutting your carbs, like the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, Paleo diet. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. This is no different. I'm kind of explaining why those work. And now those, in particular, are more extreme versions of that, where you literally have zero carbs for a good portion of your day. And you go into you start developing these things called ketones, but I'm not going to go on a tangent with that. So I'm telling you to cut it to like 50 net carbs per day. Now, what is a net carb? This is important. A net carb is your carbohydrate intake measured by grams. So say you had 100 grams of carbs today, and then you subtract the amount of fiber you had. So for example, I had, say, an apple, probably 15 grams of carbs or so, but probably 3 or 4 grams of fiber are with that. And the fiber cancels out those carbs. So say I had 100 grams of carbohydrates and 50 grams of fiber, my net carbs are only at 50. So what does this tell you? This should tell you that you should choose carbohydrate sources that are very high in fiber, like vegetables. Vegetables are extremely high in fiber. That's the best source right there. And then maybe a little fruit. Some of the fruits that are optimal are the less sugary fruits. For example, blackberries and blueberries and apples are pretty good. But blackberries and blueberries are my personal go-to berry. They're super tasty. In fact, currently they're ripe because I've been getting them. Good organic berries, man. They're phenomenal. They taste delicious. And there's so much fiber that I can eat a ton of them without really going over my net carb intake. However, if you have a grapefruit, which is probably 30 grams of carbs, probably 28 grams of that in which are sugar, I don't know if there's even 1 gram of fiber in that, then there's almost half your carbs in one grapefruit. And then if you start getting into like your pastas and like a sandwich, you will struggle. If you're trying to eat the same foods that were keeping you heavy, but just less of them, you're gonna seem restricted. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to make a dramatic shift and make up your diet primarily of protein, healthy fat, and fibrous carbohydrates in the form of primarily vegetables, a little bit of fruit. And you might feel for a few days awful. And I promise you, it's not because of the absence of carbs, it's because your body is detoxing all the crap you've been putting into it. It's serious. And there'll be a little bit of an adjustment point. But after a week, for example, I've been doing this along with you guys. I've been following my own exact advice, and I've been doing the exact workouts I write for the different classes we teach, and I've been working out 3 days a week. And I am eating less carbs than many of my clients who aren't even coming here 3 times a week. And I expend a lot of energy. I'm a very active human being. I'm always moving. In my workouts, I push myself to the max. And I can get by. And not only do I get by in those 50 to 100, I may eat a teeny bit more net carbs for my own reasons, but essentially I'm pretty much there. And I actually have an abundance of energy. So if you have the thinking that if you get your carbs that low, you're just going to be miserable and it's just not worth it, that's not true. It's not true at all. You might be miserable in the beginning because your body has not yet adjusted to the new, healthier way of going about life. Okay? So yes, carbs are your body's primary source of fuel. So long as there is an abundance, you will not burn your own body fat. And burning your own body fat is the key to manifesting the body that you might not even yet believe you can have. But I guarantee you, if you apply what I'm telling you right now, you will be blown away by how fast your body recomposes itself. You will start to gain hard toned muscles, and your stomach will start to shrink. Your thighs will shrink. You're going to have to go and buy new clothes, probably several times over. You're going to have a glow about yourself. You're going to feel exuberant. You're going to feel amazing with just, you're going to have a level of energy throughout your day that you never even believed possible. You're going to be so excited about it. Your life is going to change. I guarantee you. But it's hard in the beginning. But that doesn't mean it's something you should just quit or stop doing just because it's hard. Anything really worthwhile and isn't living a life where you're abundant in energy, you're healthy, you're inspiring others with just the transformation that you are a walking example of, that is worth a couple weeks of like a pain in the ass logging your calories and cutting your carbs. I guarantee you. Not to minimize it. It is hard, but it's completely possible for every single one of you watching this video. And I would love to hear your stories of your own transformations by applying this advice. Any questions, concerns, please respond to me, leave a comment in the video. If you gained any benefit from the video, please hit like and share it perhaps if you think this might benefit somebody else. And I'm here to help you truly. I love you all. Thank you.